Happy Friday, Young County. It's a beautiful day where I'm at, so I think it's a little windy at home. I'm traveling, so I'm not there. This post is about the data center. I'm kind of exhausted from the data center, but I know a lot of people are. But I read a post today that scared the hell out of me. And it was from one of our constituents, our citizens of Young County. I'm not going to call this person out. I think they wrote about it in the citizens group, the Young County Citizens Group. And this is the exact thing that I'm terrified of with everyone raising hell over this data center. Hang in there with me, because I love both sides of the people, but there's a bigger picture we need to be in fear of, and I'm going to read this to you. So this person posts concerning the data centers and their massive invasion into the state of Texas, that it's taking out thousands and thousands of agricultural land. Okay, that's the first point I want to start at. Data centers they do take agricultural land, absolutely. The urban encroachment that we have, that I've been screaming about for years, like urban encroachment, it's becoming an issue. The I-35 corridor and the way it is growing outward into Texas takes more agricultural land out than these data centers. Now, I think Gabe Pratt had the percentage on how many acres get taken just from our urban encroachment. Kimber Pratt did a beautiful video displaying the culture and the heritage of preserving our agricultural use of our rural Texas lifestyle. Beautiful video, and I wish more people would watch it and take it to heart. But it's not just data centers. I mean, like, there's a bigger picture that's taking our agricultural land that no one ever campaigns about. This person says, what needs to change is legislation, though she believes there are a few ways local government can make it more difficult for them to come. By being stricter on the places they have control, for the most part, the state and federal government have made it very difficult for county government to be able to put controls on these things. You damn straight. The state makes it more difficult. And she's calling for stricter control and more county power to control what's going on in the county. That is what we do not want. We don't want that. We don't want the city or the county or the state or the federal government telling us what we can and cannot do with our own land. And I'm sorry. Some of our neighbors sold their land to a developer that's going to develop a data center. That did happen. And I promise you, there are a lot of people campaigning against this data center that if they were offered the same money, they would probably have sold out to. There are people in our county and in Texas that won't sell their land to a developer of this nature. That's what we need more of if we want to preserve our rural. We need to not sell. We need to preserve our rural lifestyle and our agricultural land to sell it, if we ever sell it, to only that use. Now, she goes on to talk about Sid Miller, and she prays that what he does is effective and successful, because she thinks that's offering more control, and it's really not. Sid Miller is trying to change the benefit of what tax abatements could be available by zoning free agricultural land, saying you can't have tax abatements on the agricultural land. You can't get those types of benefits. That changes the benefits, so then it gives more direction to where the data centers might go or might not go, or solar farms or wind farms, but hell, I want it on urban encroachment as well. So guys, there's a bigger picture here, that if we open this can of worms and we want all the ETJ and we want county having more power, we're asking, this post is basically asking for more government control. This was a private entity, private money, private owned land that put this deal together. Do we like it? No, we don't. But is it going to benefit our county? Possibly. the cost benefit analysis is still out there. I haven't seen a completed one. I've seen the cost, and I've seen what they think is potential benefit to our county. But we cannot open this can of worms to lose control of our rural land. How about all of the land that we drive by that's split up into 5-acre lots? Subdivisions that keep going in and in and in and in. That, to me, that's worse than the data center. So, I'm telling you, please keep in mind what's happening here. Also, educate yourself. The difference between abatements and pilots. A pilot is a payment in lieu of taxes. Travis Kunkel did his Whiteboard Wednesday, he did a great explanation of the difference between abatements and pilots. I support pilot programs, and it's payment in lieu of taxes. It's where the taxing entity can say, hey, no, this is what we need, this is what we want, and this is what you're going to pay if you want to come to our county. So our commissioners have done pilot programs, and they're trying to make industry or these entities that are coming in pay. Like, you're going to come and play, you're going to come live with us, you're going to come pay for it. And so I am in support of the pilot programs. I'm not in support of abatements. I've never liked abatements. Pilot programs I am. Another bullet point I have is, man, we're attacking a lot of these candidates. And whether you want to re-elect them or not, that's your business. We all have a right to vote. But I will tell you, I do not believe there's conspiracy theory. I mean, Wynn Graham, he excused himself from the vote because he does benefit from one of the solar farms through the mineral rights. So he excused himself from voting on it. But what I want to say about the candidates is, instead of attacking, why don't we just pray for their discernment? Just pray for them. They're sitting in a room, whether you're on the hospital board, whether you're in the city council, whether you're a county commissioner. These elected officials are sitting, or the school district, I don't want to leave them out, sitting in a room with a financial statement and a budget, and they're trying to make sure that everything and every benefit that you have in that county is paid for. With very little revenue. As you know now, our population hasn't changed in 20 years, but our unemployment is up, our budget is doubled because we have more resources in our county. These guys, whether you like them or not, they were voted in, and they're trying to balance out the budget. There's not a conspiracy theory going out there. We need to come united as a county and as a city. We need to pray for those elected officials, whether you like them or not. I prayed for Joe Biden when he was in president office. So quit attacking them. And I can see it. I watch all the videos. Sometimes I'm meeting with some of these people. I can see how exhausted they are. They've been tarred and feathered and crucified. And I had somebody come up to me telling me the data center was going to cause cancer while they're smoking a cigarette. Come on, people. Let's get educated. Let's come together. Let's pray for the elected officials. Let's choose elected officials that, one, know business, know how to balance a budget. More important than one, let's choose some good God-fearing men to lead our county. This is growth. Growth hurts. Growth is bad. Nobody wants a data center next door to them. It sucks. But it's not something you can control. And we don't want the power to control what someone can do with their land. Okay, this is probably my biggest rant ever. I'm sure a lot of people will come at me. Okay, love you guys. Bye.